Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Oh, hold on. This needs to go off. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The monkeys are here, guys. It's a little bit noisy. Dogs will start barking, and probably we'll have some monkeys on the balcony. I can hear them on the rooftop already. So apologies in advance. What time is it? 1:53. Here we go. Everything is working. Let me check, double check. Okay, here we go. Boost. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, we're in the 150, 210 macro. What have we done so far? What have we done so far? So interesting to see. Yesterday, ES went into the end walk. It just tapped into it and left. And Q wasn't even near. So that was quite interesting to see. And look how far away how many points did we stayed out of the, that was almost 70 points, and ES tapped into it, I think at the open, 11 o'clock, okay. Or did we go into it earlier? I don't think so, right? No, okay. So yeah, there was a significant S&T, obviously, and then the move up started again. So it was a nice day yesterday. I mean, my point of interest, I'm keeping it on my screen. It's historical, guys. We hit 30,000 yesterday. It's a beautiful day. Um, it's historical, 30,000. But I said I might consider, I consider a short from there, but I don't know yet. I really don't think it's a time yet to start thinking about shorts. So let's see. Let's see what price has in store for us. I want to get rid of this one here. There's no news today, I believe, and tomorrow we do have news, so we could have a nice news driver tomorrow. Let me double check if something new. I see you, monkey. Okay, today nothing. Also nothing in London. Um, at 4 a.m. there is a European ECB financial stability review. It's orange folder, so who knows? 410 might give a nice move. Mm, At 8:15 there is a yellow folder news, ADP weekly employment change. It's yellow, but still going to give it a little bit of a... And at 10, Richmond Manufacturing Index, also yellow. Wasn't that orange before? I have to go back in my journals because it sort of looks familiar to me, but it's yellow now. So, ah, I'll ask the chat later on if someone knows. Hey Lance, how are you? Oh, did you blue an eval? Oh shit. Like a jerk. Then I forgot to use the discount code. I'm bummed. Oh, well. Did you managed to get the opening trade yesterday. We did so well in pre-market prep. I mean, guys, listen, I've been talking about this point of interest, and look how beautifully we went into it. And I still don't think it's a short. I said I would consider a short when we get up here. And I said I reassess, but I was sort of like almost convinced like, oh, once we get there, I think then the short, we're ready to short. I am still not convinced, to be honest. Look how strong it still looks. Crazy. Yeah, we made like, yeah, we made like, in pre-market prep, we made like 108 points within 7 minutes. And we were out, we were done. I actually had a pre-market trade as well that was 80 points. So I made like 180 points. I tried one trade afterwards, but I should stop. I just should stop. When I have trades like that, and then I gave back a little bit on because I was stopped out. I think it was lunch. Yeah, but man, that opening trade was pretty awesome. I can't be so hard on no, you can't be hard on yourself. You're still learning, and you have to go through we all go through this, and until you're really sick of yourself. And like we said, it's not discipline only. It's also the market is designed. You have to find a way to trick your brain. You can be very disciplined in life. You can be very, risk averse in many things. But if it's like I said, if you don't follow, like if I let a few rules go, I fall in the same trap, and I will blow accounts. I will overtrade. It's once it starts going, that little thing, my brain starts going. So I had to find a way to prevent that from happening. Like I said, it's like an alcoholic. You can't put him in a bar where they only serve alcohol. He'll relapse most likely. And I feel the same with trading. I have zero issues in life with addiction or anything, but I had to come to terms with overtrading, and I do believe it's sort of like a sort of addiction, like having a winning trade and that dopamine hit in your brain. I mean, it's very confronting, to be honest. I felt like a junkie, to be honest. Like, oh my God, I have an issue. I do have an issue. But I didn't want to believe it because I'm like, no, not me. I am so disciplined and blah. No, you're not. I wasn't. I can't be more humble. These markets can be vicious. Yes. Yeah. And it's just, you have to find a way to, well, yeah, it's hard. I don't know. But if you want to make it work, you really have to find a way to not get into the process. And it's just making everything mechanical, make it rule based. Everything has to be rule based. And don't deviate from your rules. And but the problem is when you're starting out, you need to define a model, you need to define those rules. And I think that's where the challenge lies for a lot of people. That was for me a challenge as well in the beginning. What am I looking for? What am I journaling? What is a model? I believe if you study ICT or whatever model, it's sort of like a basic foundation, but you still have to make it your own. And that's where you start, right? And then you build a set of rules, and in the beginning you might have to tweak those rules because either they're still giving you too much losses, but you build, and that's when you define your own risk and your own rules that make you know for sure, okay, that will make me not lose my account. If I follow these set of rules, I know I won't lose I need more patience for that. I need a basic model, and even though in the beginning you might have to wait a little bit longer for that model, and it's hard, so it comes down to patience. But yeah, it's tough, but it's just, yeah, it's the biggest challenge. I think it's being able to trick your brain not to fall into that trap, because we all know it, right? You all know it. We all know it. We've heard it so many times. No overtrading, no revenge trading. The logic is there. We understand it. We shouldn't do it. We still do it. Why? Because it's biology. Yeah, Lance. So, do you have a model, by the way? Do you have a strict? Do you have a model that you can trust? You think, okay, I've been working with that, and if I just stick to that, I know I can make it work. I used to be obsessed with risk management and smallest possible size, then got a taste of what's possible. Yeah, now I have, yeah. Well, I don't know if Priya is my student, and I see the same thing happening with Priya, and I got very upset with her because she started using minis instead of micros, and she went from a place from being actually insecure to being over. Oh, I've got a model now, and then I'm like, no risk management at all. I don't know, Priya, if you're here. And I said, listen, you're teaching yourself the wrong lessons now. You have to be risk averse. You have to look. Like for example, she said, yeah, but if I only do 3%, it's only $60 on a micro. And I said, have you calculated how many points that is risk? And that wasn't even a calculation. And I said, that's a 30-point risk. If you only risk $60, which is 30 points on a micro, don't you think that's enough? And I literally said, if you cannot frame a trade with less than 30 points risk, you actually shouldn't be trading. Because 60 points doesn't sound, $60 doesn't sound a lot, but you can make 120 points with that if it's 2 hour trade, right? Do it 2 times, you got almost 250. But people are so obsessed with that mini, like, oh my God, there's so much more money to make faster, but it's actually not. $60 risk is 30 points on a micro, guys. That's a lot. That's a lot of, you can frame pretty awesome trades with that. Just saying. But yeah, the learning curve is just very long and emotional. So many random challenges and heartache. Oh, um, yeah, it's not an easy journey. Um, but just don't give up. Just keep grinding and keep journaling. Keep journaling. For me, the eye opener was that I actually had an issue. I just I was actually not ready to admit that to myself because I'm so disciplined and blah blah blah. And then when I was looking at my stats, like, you're not, you have a trading addiction. You have an addiction. Actually, I've got two addictions. Sugar, I got rid of the sugar addiction, sort of. And then I had to get rid of the over trading. Uh, Jose, are you accepting students? Well, the only thing that I've actually been doing so far is one-on-one, and that's quite extensive. So it really, 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 really depends on the person, and I just want actually one person per time, max two, depending on where they are, because it's very extensive for me as well. But it's the only way I really enjoy doing it because it's really, you can get really someone to a next level very fast. And it's not, I don't teach what's out there already, because everything is out there. What I do is I share how I connected the dots in a different way and how I apply it, and building on the basic foundation that you can already find. And obviously, some things will be basic if you haven't studied ICT a lot, but it's more like, okay, and I'm not, I don't know if Priya's here, but I'm not easy on you, and Priya can tell. I'm sort of like, I told Priya, listen, either I made a monster in 2 months that you are so confident now what you're doing. I think, and because she was very insecure actually, even to put on a trade. And now she's very secure and a very, but I don't know if she's here. I don't want to talk about her when she's not here. But yeah, I mean, it's not a walk in the park. I can tell you that. You work hard. You have to work very hard. Um, Yeah, I know what to change. I'm not far from consistency, but everyone must think that every day. I just hope I'm not delusional. Listen, break even phase is the hardest phase there is. If you are getting almost there and you have the little things that are keeping you back, that means you're break even, and that's just the longest phase. And I actually made a short on it, but it is the longest phase, but it means you're close. But that is also the hardest phase because it's that last little hurdle which you really have to figure out. And sometimes it's the most thing that you just can't figure out yet. But if you are feeling like, okay, I'm not losing money, but I'm break even or slightly red, but then I call that break even as well. I mean, for me, slightly red and not losing a lot of money is also break even. It's the longest phase, but it's the phase that's telling you, yes, you're on the right path, but you need more. You need to dig a little bit deeper. You need to journal a little bit more and find that what's holding you back. So, look, you're delusional if you keep on resetting and nothing changes and you're really losing a lot of money. Then that's when you're delusional. But if you're feeling you're growing, but your P&L's not growing, but you feel you are, but it's just not showing in your P&L. You're doing. I know it. I remember it very. It was the phase that I got my first payout and then I fell back, and that is sort of also break even phase, right? You have the first payout and then suddenly it stops. Why? Because I wasn't consistent enough. I was still had to work. The first one was maybe a bit of luck, I guess, and then you fall back, and that's frustrating. You only control emotions if you make if you make your trading rule based. Yes, guys, what did I say yesterday? Look, I wasn't comfortable with the short. I said yesterday my point of interest. I left the point of interest. Why? Also for myself to salute myself that I stuck to my rules and I made awesome two trades in pre-market because I have studied the market. I trust some things. I'm still learning. And I said, my point of, on Monday, I had this point of interest on my charts on Monday already. You can go back in the stream. I said, I'm waiting for this level to be hit before I can consider anything else. Yesterday, when everybody was, oh, it's a short. And I don't feel comfortable with it. And I get a little bit insecure, like, am I missing something? But no, I stuck to my rules and I'm okay to be wrong. And that's where the real growth, okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I still said, I just don't feel comfortable with the short. And I kept going for the longs, if you can remember in London, right? I said, there's something off. We need to go here first before I'm. It's nothing magical about it. It's just understanding ranges and how the algorithm works. And that comes with journaling and more experience. So in pre-market, I gave it a stab, and also there I had one losing trade, but I knew, okay, I went straight back in again, and but the real trade became when the market opened, and it went straight back. But I was prepared because I was already looking for this, right? And being confident in your rules and being okay not to, I was okay in London yesterday not to take any trades on my accounts because I said I need to see this first, or we need to go there with conviction, then I want to trade it. And I waited and I was rewarded in pre-market and in New York. But I was also prepared to be wrong, if that makes sense. If I'm wrong, then I go back into my journal, I reverse engineer. I spend a lot of time journaling, guys, hours, hours, hours. And then you start seeing things and you start tweaking, and then you're like starting to trust some things that you're seeing. Again, the most important part is if you see something, you stick to your rules, you have to be okay being wrong. Because I don't know everything. I think I know, I'm starting to know more and more and I'm starting to trust it. But listen, we're the market is so, they're not designed for us to make money. So you always have to be prepared to be wrong. Is there any setup you're looking for here? Theo, I'm still waiting. I'm just watching at the moment. Like, look, again, it's the same logic. we're just consolidating. We're around midnight, and I say it every time. When we're around midnight, I would rather wait and see direction. We're in the middle of Asia range at the moment. We've got equal highs above us. We are above 30,000. So right now, I'm just waiting. Very patiently, actually. Look, ES, like I said, ES went into the N walk. It tapped into it, but it moved away from it, and NQ didn't even go there anytime soon. So the thing that I'm questioning myself is, are we, do we need to go higher again, because we have equal highs here, right? It looks too smooth. Like I said, I'm considering a short from here, but I don't think it's going to be that low resistance. I think we're gonna go higher again. What do you got? Let's do a poll, guys. So yeah, yeah, anyone that's consistent really deserves their profits. That's for sure. Crazy that normal people have no clue. Oh, no, and I also want to reiterate, guys, that oh, as the monkeys are here, um, that it might look easy for people that make trades like, oh, 100 points here, 100 points there, but if you see the path that I had taken before I got there, it's hard work, and it's really a lot of hours of journaling. And like I said, first you have you already you are making 5 points consistently, then 10 points, then you grow to 15 points, 20 points. And the best tip that I can give is, if you start like say 10 points, and you go into your journals and you try to find, okay, how could I have traded this and get more points out of it? Not that you're going to try to do that straight away, but journal it, like, okay, what could I have done? What did the market do? Where did it go? Why was this why was this a 20-point trade, 25 point? That's how I started to grow into more points. And now I'm averaging 100 points like it's nothing. And I'm surprised myself, but I just, it's going to sound arrogant, but I bloody deserve it from the hard work I put in. I'm not even interested in a 20-point trades anymore. If that's, it sounds horrible to say, but why would I? If I can make a 7 minutes pre-market prep, 7 minutes, we were out at 9:47, and we're done, 108 points. Why would I scramble for 20, 30 points if I know that there will be opportunities for me to do the same trade with less time and being more relaxed? Board trader fade select. I also go slow with micros, and it's going to be a long ride to PA. You just need to accept it. Yes, I love that, Becky. Raul also shared his journey, and he was actually also struggling with that it went so slow, but it's so admirable from people who are already starting, that they accept the submitting to time, because you're already training your brain to be patient, and you're training your brain the right things. It's highly, I think it's, if I hear that, I'm very proud of someone. And I because I was not, I could not, I had to learn, I had to lose a lot of money, and I had to really get sick of myself. But yeah, if you're already okay doing that and taking your time, so being patient, I think is one of the biggest qualities you can have in trading. So for those who are already there and just feeling like frustrated, it's taking so long, you're on such a good path. You're already doing it so well. We're literally polar opposite, but I still appreciate you. It's hilarious. Lance, listen, I was maybe the same like you. Listen, what you're sharing is not new to me. It's not new to me. I've done it. Hey, listen, I've done things. I'm very open to what I do. I used to. I would go into a trade and I would put in a stop. I would sometimes just not even put in a stop loss. Why would I'm afraid I didn't want to have a losing trade, so I don't even put a stop loss in. That's one. Then I started putting in a stop loss. But then what I did, if my trade went against me, I like, oh my God, no, let me, I would tell myself that my stop loss is wrong. Let me just make it a little bit lower because, so I would widen my loss, right? And so that's why sometimes when I paper trade, I let my stop being stopped out. Also for me, okay, just so I used to do, listen, guys, I used to do crazy stuff. Um, I I passed an eval, but by accident, I had like more evals, and I by accident pressed the button on that one that I passed, and it was a losing trade. And eventually, I lost that whole eval that day because I wanted to make up for that losing trade, and eventually lost that eval. Well, I already passed it on that day. Um, I've done it all. I've done it all. So I really speak out of experience. Nothing is weird to me, guys. Share me yours, and I'll tell you. I most likely have done it too. But yeah, and some people are more. So I knew I had to do something to get more disciplined, and I'm still working on it. I scalp momentum, 100 point. Hey, listen, you'll get there. If you keep working, you'll get there. Lance, how long have you been trading, if I may ask? Anyone who puts in the work will get there. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Momo is asking, are you going to go long or short? Do I really need to answer that right now? I'm neutral right now. There is nothing to do at the moment. Just wait. I would favor the shorts, to be honest, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer. I used to only add to winning position, then I started to adding to losing. Oh yeah, I've done that too. I've done that too. Yes, I added to anything. Yeah, it doesn't. It didn't matter. Not a stranger to that either. Yes, I don't do that anymore though. But I do. I do mostly 50 to 100 points, but sometimes scalp 10. Yeah, well, that's if you. Yeah, here I'm trying to get into the FUG in 1 minute. Try along for a London session. If we start going up, that could be a long ride. Oh, Lens, only 9 months. There you go. Oh no, you hear that tick? That's those trumpeter hornbills. They're ticking on the glass on the. You hear that? That's it. I told you guys that the trumpeter hornbills, they when they come to the window, I don't know if it's like a greeting or something that they were fed by the owner, but they're literally is damaging the glass. Lance, it's 9 months is nothing, my friend. You're just starting, and if it's a new instrument, but yeah, you're fine. Just keep going. It's just journal. You need to journal though. You need to journal. But anyway, let's get back to the charts. Um, I wouldn't. Like I said, I'm just gonna wait because for me it's still indecisive. We are in a range. For me, it could do both. Thing we have range to the downside, even though it would be a manipulation move to the then up. We still have range to cover. If so, and we've got the daily open and liquidity below us, but we also have equal highs above us. So Um, as we were saying, I got in GL today, guys, and to you, Iris, especially, I will keep around to chat. GL, you mean GC? Yes, you should. Well, talking about journal, it's about, you journal your trades, but you also, I journal overall market as well. So, but I had to visualize everything. So for me, it is a good thing to write down your emotions, and your journal is just for you. It's just for you. You don't have to share that with anyone. It's just your journal, but it's the best book you will ever have because it's your book, and you will see if you do it. I would say if you would journal more time than you would actually be trading, you will grow much faster. Um, but yeah, actually, Methery asked a very good question last time. He said, "Do you really go back into your journal?" And I said, "Well, actually, not always. But I think the magic happens when you are in your trading view, or if you use TradeZella, whatever you're using, if you're forward or backward testing, back testing. The magic happens, I think, when you are really in the chart and not busy with trading, but really looking, okay, what happened here, and you are print screening it. It sort of imprints in your brain, and then you start seeing things. Because my setups happen over and over and over again. It's just the same thing I'm looking for, and the same thing I trade off. So you start seeing things happen, and then you get more trust in what is presenting themselves. And then you still have to take into account that there is no setup that works 100%, right? So, yeah, it looks like we're a little bit bearish at the moment, but we have daily open here. So we have the end dog right below my point of interest. I'm just keeping it because it's for me, because it's such a it's historical, guys. We passed the 30,000. It's a historical area. This, I think, 30,000. It's quite crazy stuff going on. Oh, that's actually a really good thing to film yourself. That's actually also what I started doing. And when I started the YouTube channel, I also told myself, ah, if it doesn't work, I'm just going to use it as my own trading journal, and see myself, what I'm doing and how I'm behaving and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's really good to do. Just start filming yourself. Just install OBS and you record yourself, and then look back. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait until 2:30 and maybe 3 o'clock. Let's do a poll. Bullish or bearish? Just do overall. Are we bullish or bearish until 3 o'clock? Bullish, bearish, accumulation until London open, 3 a.m. Eastern. Bullish, bearish, accumulation. And if I talk accumulation, I think I mean 15-minute. So we're just in this range, right? So I consider this 15-minute range. Well, let's just use the bodies for now. So this is what I'm saying. Are we going to stay in this 15-minute range until 3 o'clock, or are we going to move away from it before London open? So I don't hold too much value of what's happening in this accumulation. I don't really look for PD arrays because I just think they're going to be faked out or something. Look here, we've got two. Oh, we already took this. I like 3050 if we go lower. We've got the daily open there. We've got the end dog there. We've got settlement price in that area. It could be the retest of a bullish order block. So yeah, I would rather wait for, I guess, invalidation of bullish order blocks. I think we're still going to go up. And it's not ready. I mean, I don't think the time to start shorting yet is there. But are we going to go to 3,200, 30,200? I like that level. 30,205-ish. But are we going to go? I mean, we need some. What do you want to do? Let's see. Well, the dogs are so restless because of the monkeys. So everyone is barking now. 29 and 20. Yeah, let's see if it wants to get to 30.50. Remember, we've seen this a lot, that it just hangs around the Asia lower high, and it just on the higher time frame you will see wicks if it goes back into the range again. Now you see bodies here, but if you go to the 15-minute, we had that yesterday. I can't remember. It just goes back into the range, and on the 15-minute you just see wicks over the like for example here, you see just it won't go lower. It will just only wick lower. So that's what I'm really looking for, body closures on the higher time frame below this level to confirm to me that we're really ready to go lower. I'm not gonna engage here because I can see it could go here and maybe here, but yeah, it's still in my point of interest. I would rather frame it long if it goes lower and I can see, okay, it's done the work, but I'm more interested in seeing how it reacts in those potential bullish PD arrays. So for me, it's more, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to use this one here and we go lower to this level. We'll see. Um, bullish 33%, bearish 22, accumulation 44. I'm gonna put on a vest. Hold on, it's a little bit. Hey, hello, my little girl. Hi, hi. Oh, let me close the door a little bit. It's cold. Yeah, so I don't like slow price action. So if it's doing this and very little, I'm not interested. Um, did we do? We didn't do anything. Let me get rid of this one here. Let's see what ES is doing. Yeah, I agree. But let's see what Price wants to. I mean, if we start disrespecting these bullish PD rays, then I might have to switch to bearishness. But let's give it some time. Let's see what Price wants to show us. That's the good part about London, right? It just gives us a lot of information. Yeah, I would love to position myself in. I'm thinking I'm in London and stay in a position like through New York Open. I haven't done that yet, so that's something I really want to grow into. But it makes me nervous when I have not taken, if I don't position myself in the London low or high. It's sort of tricky, right? But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, 3050. I like this level. Are you done? Or are you going to go lower? We left two daily opens already. Mondays hasn't been retested. Yesterday hasn't been retested. So, and with daily open, I mean the 6 o'clock open. Now, yesterday we went through it, obviously, because we went higher, but we didn't retest it in London. That's what I mean. So technically, we only have Monday's daily open untested. Okie dokie, let's see. Okay, let's see if this is the low or does it want to take more. I wouldn't be surprised if this is it for now, but let's see. Hey, Green Globe Exploration, how are you? I'm doing great. Did you have a good day yesterday? in pre-market and in open. How did you do? Okay, let's see. 14 votes, 43% bullish, bearish 21, accumulation 36. Yeah. Pam 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 pam. Okie dokie. I think I'm interested in a short. $30.25. The only thing I'm just wondering if this is not, are we going to disrespect this one and go here? And this is then the order block that we're going to use. But let me go to the 15 then. 15. I can see we have one here. Yeah, I think we're going to use this one as an order. So I can still see 38. How many points is that? We are below. I think I'm gonna start with a paper trade, guys. Let's see, what time is it? I always paper trade my first two trades to see if I'm awake, reading the market correctly. Oh, there is no paper trading. Paper trading maintenance. Let me see if it works. Oh, it does actually. Okay. Okay, I don't want to get in. I want to get in. Let's see if we get over here. If we get higher here, I'm gonna enter a paper trade. Thank you for subscribing, a GM. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Yeah, and I'm going to target. I'm going to use this as my order block that I like. Let me just see. I am bullish, but I think we're going to go maybe manipulate a little bit more. 29. 29. Yeah, I like that level. Yeah, I'm gonna position my, what time is it? 47. Okay, I might have a little bit of a drawdown here. Just paper trading, guys. I haven't even opened up my account yet. Stop loss. My TP is going to be here. 247. See, I'm too early. I want my stop loss to be, it should be here, but is it still 2 hours? See, that's why I always paper trade, because it's actually, this is already too big for me, because I'm too early. Short position. My max is 40 points, but obviously in a trade like this, I don't want to go 20 points. It should be 10 or less. Too early. It's okay. Let's see. 248. You see, we're above Asia high again. Or Asia low, sorry. I really wanted to go below Asia low very quickly. Otherwise, it might go higher. Then I'm just too early. Hey, Mr. Chaos, how are you doing? How's it going? Oh, my stop loss, I'm allowed to, here should, my stop loss should be here, sorry. 21 point, okay, it's okay. I can't go over 40, 40 is my max, but I try 30, I try try to average around 30. Doesn't matter my model or what I'm trading, if I go over 40 points, it's just too much. This is not even a 2-hour trade, you see? Too early, waiting, not being impatient. Here you go, me being impatient. You see how we're not going over the Asia low? The bodies, there's no body. So I prefer to let a trade go. Um, um, yeah, the open was awesome. I know, I know. How many points did you make, Mr. Chaos? Did you trade the whole day or did you just trade the open? Yeah, I mean, it was enough, right? Yeah, we also stopped in pre-market prep. There was nothing bear yesterday. I mean, it was just, ugh. I wonder what they're going to do tomorrow with the news. Too early. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do with the pre-market prep. Pre-market prep is supposed to be one trade, preferably before in pre-market before open or at open, be done in a few minutes and be done. That's the focus of the I'm going to I didn't have the focus so clear in the beginning, but now I do. So, and be done, and just have one trade and be done, right? Yeah, don't give any, because the trade that I always take straight away afterwards is most of the times a losing trade. So there's no point. Just have one good trade and be done. If you make 100 points, who cares? You should be done, right? You should be happy. We were also like, oh my God, it's going, because we were in that trade and the point of interest wasn't even reached yet. And guys, I've been talking about the point of interest for from since Monday. But we were like, you know what? No, we are done, because just let it go and watch it, and um, we don't need to go all the way, and be happy with what you, if you have a good trade, be happy and get out. And it's sort of hard, but then you're like, no, we're done, and we didn't go any further. But yeah, if you want more, you get punished. I get punished all the time. So, which is a good thing, I guess. If I want to gamble, it never works for me. It's never 50-50. It's always a losing trade for me, or I overstay or whatever. So I guess those are good lessons instead of bad lessons. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm starting to get I love the opening range trades. I mean, for me, they're just, and London helps so much with them, right? Now, this is a stupid trade. I mean, this is not a, 100 point is yeah, no, but my average trades are, I had 80 points in pre-market, another trade before that, targeting the same TP, but it didn't work out. And then I know, okay, well, then most likely it will work out with the opening. And then I had 108 points in when the market opened. Um, we were out at 9:47 and in at just straight after we made the low and we turned, and it was very obvious for us. We just went in, boom. So I had 180 points yesterday in the morning, pre-market and the opening trade, and done by 9:47. I gave a little bit back in the PM session. Hey, 180 points. I gave a little bit back. Yeah. So yes, I lately I've only traded micros, correct? But I had in that 80-point trades there were how many did I do? I had two runners left and I gave back some profit, which averaged on 80 points. I think, did I start with 8 or 4? I can't remember. I think I had two runners left and two. I think I went in with two, took TP at. I think my levels are still here. Well, the trader in the Discord. I posted in the Discord, by the way. Yeah, you can watch the post in the Discord in the NQ tab. I posted the trade afterwards, and I went in full port with that trade at open. I think I went in with 6 micros or something. Yeah. So Lance, let me tell you one thing. Those 100-point trades is something that is also new to me. That actually started happening during the stream. And now it's becoming consistent. So it's not a thing that I've been doing for a long time. It's something I'm growing into now. So yeah, and I'm seeing now it's being consistent. So I'm getting like, okay, I'm really getting now. My average is between 80 and 100 points. But that's new. I mean, it's like, okay, and but Oh shit, I don't like this, to be honest. Let me see if we can break this, because this is, I consider this a break. Well, no, it's not a breaker yet. Now, why would I not consider this a breaker? Technically, it is a breaker. But what defines a breaker? It should 234. Yeah, I cannot disrespect this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so a very important thing about a breaker is it needs to go into a high time frame PD array, but technically it did, right? It went to a 15-minute fair value gap. But I'm looking at this lower end dog and daily open. So I'm just technically, yes, it's a breaker, but this might be one of those situations that it could fail because we have a higher time frame PD array just below it. But this is also an area where it could just use this, go higher, and then take out this daily open lower. See, so I'm sort of like, yeah, it can be enough, this as a higher time frame PD array, but I want this to be the objective of the move to the downside. And then this will be the new breaker. But technically, this can be enough now. So, and then we could go higher. But let's see. You see, it's enough. Yeah. I would never go long, short when there's a breaker. Because a breaker is a breaker. It tells you it is breaking to the upside again. But let's see if I'm stopped out. I was impatient with this trade, guys. I was impatient. We're open. Yeah, it's already a breaker. So it's a long. I'll be stopped out here. See, that's why I always paper trade. You see what you're doing wrong. I should have seen this already. I mean, it also was created at a very, very beautiful time. I'm getting stopped out. So, this is one of those situations where you can actually define when is something not going to a daily open or a end dog and stuff like that. Because on the 15-minute, it definitely went into a higher time frame PD array, which is enough. And this is bullish, a very bullish structure. This is a unicorn. And especially with a devil's mark in it, we have like a little we went into it. It's actually a beautiful lawn. I mean, this is ridiculous, not taking this as a lawn. This is textbook. Textbook. And also, like, this is what I literally started with the stream pointing out, okay, how do you get a 2R trade? When you use the breaker, like say this is your you want to enter, you want to see the retest, right? It's a breaker retest trade. It's a very it's my favorite PDRA with the rejection block. But look for our trade. You got two standard deviation. You got liquidity here. You have a retest right over here just before the open. You put your stop below the breaker because you don't want the breaker is your if the breaker gets invalidated, it's not a long anymore. So you don't need more than to go low. You can put it a few ticks below it just to be on the safe side, and then you target the liquidity. Textbook. Oh, I'm so tired of the paper trade question all the time. I think I'm going to paper trade all the time and not tell you guys when I'm in my account because it doesn't really matter, guys, if I paper trade or not. It's the same. Okay, let's see. So this was a textbook trade, guys. This was a beautiful long. So if you have if you see this structure with a breaker and like you're aiming for a short for the daily open, always be aware that this structure can happen, especially just above those other PD rates. But that's because also there's a 15-minute fair value gap that's being used, right? I don't agree with you, Wild Heart. So if you're here for signals, you're on the wrong place. So maybe for you it's different, but for me it's the same when I forward test. Back testing I don't do anymore because then I don't have the emotions. But forward testing is for me the same because I journal them the same. I treat them exactly the same. So bullshit. Yeah, well, most people that ask, are you paper trading? I'll usually ask it because they are here for signal. So that's why I'm just saying. Because there isn't, for me, there's no difference in my paper trading. And people that have been here, they know. And I always paper trade my first two trades because I just want to see if I'm reading the market correctly or not. And I already made a mistake. So for me, it's also like, okay, I missed this. And it tells me that I need to be more focused and talk less. How are you guys doing? So yeah, okay, Wild at Heart. I just want to make sure, I'm very protective of the chat that we have because it's such I say it every time. We've got such a nice group of people, so I might be a little bit nasty if if I just want to make sure. So my apologies if it's not the case, but I I don't want the giveaway crowd and the people that come here for signals because they just give such a bad vibe. And we've been so lucky with the group that we have. So that's why I'm a little bit, I just want to make sure that people understand. So the wrong people will leave and the right people will stay. I'm totally fine giving back subscribers and getting the right people to stay here with the right vibe. But anyway, who's in along? I want to see. Hey, KC. Yeah. So my apologies but it'll happen to a few people. But I'll apologize later on. But I just want to make sure that people are here for the right reasons and we keep the space the way it is. Yeah. Damn, this is this actually pisses me. Well, talking about emotions, I'm actually pissed off that I missed that trade. So I am pissed off, yes, that I didn't see that on time. So who's in a long? I'm actually really pissed off. No, no, it's no. It's okay, Wild Heart. I mean, I just want to make sure that you understand why I react the way I'm doing. Um, I just want to make sure. So I'm happy that you're here, and I'm thankful for your apologies. So it is just that I consider myself so lucky with the stream, and we've talked about it a couple of times, and I really want to protect it how it is, and I think just making sure that people understand where I stand, so they know, okay, this is maybe not the place where I should be. I should go elsewhere. And being nice doesn't get you to, it doesn't take care of the trolls. But I'm just want to make sure. So anyway, no, he's not an idiot. He's not an idiot. Not at all. Not at all. It's okay. Okay, guys, good. I'm happy that some of you are in the long. I missed the breaker. I missed the breaker because I was a little bit distracted, and I journal. That's what I will journal. But this was a perfect breaker retest setup, and it was especially very very strong. Why? Look here. We've got these two devil's marks here, right? So you get the retest here of the breaker, plus it sort of like gives that lack of manipulation, right? Because a wick is no wick is lack of manipulation. This was just absolutely fucking beautiful breaker retest rate, and I missed it. So, and this is my go-to model that I used to also in the beginning when we started streaming. I used to point out this all the time, and I missed it. So for those who saw it, I'm proud of you guys. Okay, so again, no short setup, but daily open, not tagged, but that doesn't mean it will be tagged later on. So let's see. When you miss a trade, it's okay because it will give you an opportunity. When I miss a move for some reason, I always tend to get the better move later on because this is still a target and we might go higher and then I might be able to catch a short to the way down because I made this stupid, didn't see it. But this is textbook, guys. This is textbook. Study this area, and especially when it's near this area, then okay, it might not hit that daily open and that end dog, right? But this also, it was in combination with a 50-minute fair value gap. So it was a high time PD array that been hit. Displacement, retest just before the open. And lately I've seen this so many times that we create important PD arrays just below or above the Asia high and low. I don't know if you guys have noticed that as well. So it tricks a lot of people that, oh, we're below Asia low, we're going lower, right? It tricks people that, especially here, that, oh, now we are definitely short. And I wasn't paying attention and I also fell for it because, yeah, it was definitely a unicorn. Um, it was pretty awesome, and especially in combination with the devil's mark here, right? So you want to see like a little tag, yeah, textbook, and then this is accumulation. This is like AMD most likely textbook. And I miss it. So wild heart. For me, missing this, I get the same. For me, so how do I go about it about paper trading? And it only works on live, right? But for me also, I am pissed off that I missed a move like this, which is so clean. And but it's the same when I get impatient. So this was I got in and I was impatient. I didn't look carefully, so I am actually. So why do I disagree with you? It's actually the part. It's maybe not the trade itself, because when you get more mechanical, there is less emotions anyway. But the part which is very important is that it told me that I was impatient. It told me that I wasn't looking correctly, and that does piss me off. So, but I have to go back and journal that. So for me, it's a learning moment, and it gives me focus. So that's why I said I don't agree with you. But that is also because if I do trade, it's very mechanical, and especially when I have a break or retest trade, it's like you get in, your stop is here, and either you get stopped out or not. But even though the stop out is very little, I have very little emotions with these trades. So there's also a reason why I say, okay, I feel the same, because if it's a good trade, I have less emotion because it's mechanical, and it's based on something that I've backtested over and over and over. But the emotional part for me now is not able. I'm not very hard on myself. But I will journal it, and I have to be very, why did I miss it? What did why I was impatient, and that's the most important thing for me. I was impatient. I didn't look properly, and that is something that does bother me, because I should not do that, especially not with a setup like this. So, hey, company man Carl. Hey, Mr. Chaos, and finally, you guys are together back again. I was getting worried. You guys were always like, you were not in tune anymore. But anyway, so just I want to give you some clarification where I stand, how I approach it. But yeah, I'm actually really, I need to get rid of that emotion that I'm pissed off on a little bit, because otherwise I'll not see more trades. But happy with you guys. That took the long, very very beautiful setup, very clean. I know everybody says money can't buy happiness. Well, money gives you freedom, and freedom equates to happiness. So, um, I think money helps a lot. We all need money. I mean, having no money gives a lot of stress, right? Can give you anxiety and stuff like that. So, I guess, yeah, money helps a lot. Money can help, but there's more in life than only money. But yeah, it's definitely, I would say, you see, lately also, as I pointed out, you see this happen all the time. There's like only wicks below the Asia low or high, right? So I even pointed it out, and it happened, and I did not. Got caught up with some other stuff. It still needs my attention, but I've got a side eye on the stream. Oh man, the side quests are real. Hey, Yas, how are you? Ah, it's quite a while ago that I actually saw such a clean breaker trade. To be honest, um, I've been lately just trading order blocks and not really like this a breaker setup like this. So, and also with accumulation, and then it's such a clean. This is such a clean trade. Wild heart. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're going to leave the Asia high again for later. lately in London, we have not taken out both for such a long time. Okay, my point of interest, I, I have this on my chart since Monday. And I said, I don't want to consider any short until this area. Now, isn't it crazy that it's exactly 7:05 at the top? So I really want to see if we are going to reverse here or not. And I wouldn't be surprised because we took liquidity. We're going into a bearish order block. So let's see if we go over this level here. I'm still in the long. Is that good or bad? Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. You should never ask someone else if you should be in a trade or not. If you have that feeling and you're not comfortable, you should know exactly when you enter a trade, what is your TP and what is your stop loss. If you have to ask someone else to stay in it or not, you actually should not be in that trade, if that makes sense. But you need to be. It doesn't matter if you're 4 months in. You should frame a trade and you should have your stop, your TP already set. Otherwise, you're gambling. Okay. So it's not up to me to answer if you are going to if you should stay in or out. You should have had your trade plan already set before you hit the button. That is number one rule. That is a number one rule, my friend. And if you're just starting, you should be okay with 5 points. If you can frame a trade for only 5 points, that's good enough. And you can become consistent with 5 points. Those 5 points will turn to 10 points. You become consistent with that. You journal, you journal, you journal. Those 10 points become 20 points. But it has to be your trade plan. It cannot be my trade plan. You should never, never, ever listen to anyone else because it's your money and it's your thing. You can, we can hang out together and we share our trade plans, but never. If you feel uncomfortable, just get out. That's the only thing that I can just, and then journal it and go into your trade. Like, why was it a long? Why did it work? And how? Why was it? How next time can I stay longer in the trade? What did it do? Did it take liquidity? What was your plan in the first place? Right? That's the most important thing. That's where you learn. What was your trading plan? Why did you get in? But your TP and your stop loss actually is even more important, but your TP is equally as important. And if it runs faster or more, don't give a shit. Don't care. Don't say, oh, I should have stayed in longer. If it wasn't your trade plan, it wasn't your trade plan. It will be your trade plan maybe next time, okay? Yeah, so wild heart, we talked about that quite a bit this week already. Like, journaling is so the way if you put in a trade and you're at the beginning stages of your journey and you only see, let's say you framed the trade from here and then you only targeted, let's say this, let's say only this high or maybe this high, for example, right? And so let's say how many points does it give you if you entered from here? Okay, let's say you target somewhere 30 points, but you see it go higher. Then you journal that, and you journal the trade. I got in here, blah blah blah. Now how? And then you journal. How would have I been able to see that it could go to this level? What did it do? And then you go to the higher time frame, and then you see, oh, there was liquidity here as well. Blah blah blah. So you just try to reverse engineer and write down why did it go higher, and you try to figure out why did it make that run? Oh, could I use standard deviations from here? Okay, let me go into a lesson of standard deviations of someone. What did it? So you try to figure out why did it run faster and more? Why did it grab more liquidity, for example, right? So that's how you grow into getting more points. But you're happy. You should be happy with what you have framed at that time, because that's, you should be proud if you manage to get 10 points. Even 10 points are good, right? If you start out, if you can do 10 points every trade, it's good. No, you don't. You never go out too early, guys. You never go out too early. If you go out because it's your model, it's good enough. Can you share with us how you journal and how that? Yes, I think we went over that already. I just use TradingView, but you can use TradeZella as well if you want your data. I used to keep track of data in Excel sheets, but I stopped doing that because at some point I just knew, okay, I know what my max loss, my stop loss should be. I know what my but for me it has to be visual, so I just journal my trades, for example, and I make it visual, and I go over it and I write down things here, for example, as well. And for me now, this I have to journal this trade that I took. It will be one, okay, I was impatient, I missed very important information. I saw it too late. I saw it after we already did this here, and then it already ran. And then I let it stop out for a reason, because I need to journal that. Yeah. Damn, this is such a beautiful trade. I mean, I should not have missed this trade. That's really a bad one. It's been such a, I mean, guys, how I haven't seen such a clean break or retest trade for a long time in London. I mean, I might have missed it, but here we go. Look how beautifully 4 standard deviation exactly, and look, 705. Now I'm interested in a short. Why? It matches my 4 standard deviation. It matches 705. I already had, like, I'm a little bit upset with myself, and I can still feel the so it makes me a little bit insecure to get in a trade. I'm just being honest with you guys, because I'm like, how the F could I miss this trade? So I'm a little bit upset about it still. But yeah, what time is it? 3:25. I wonder if it's going to go. Let me do a new poll. So you see how it works, right? If you get, if your brain, if you get, you do something, you need to reset yourself. But um, I'm having a little bit of issues with that. I missed this. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I know it's very easy to say just let it go, but it impacts me now. Okay, let me do a new poll. Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit upset about it, and I need to reset myself. I do trade New York, but not on stream. Let me do another poll. See, I'm just wondering if we're going to go higher, and we're going to go for it's so bullish at the moment, but let's watch. Are we going to make new all-time highs, guys, in London? I'm sorry that I missed that trade, guys. I'm sorry. All-time highs in London or not? Uh, oh, don't ask about the giveaway, please. No giveaways here. Creative wall. Did you take the entry? No, I didn't. No creative wall. You're hurting my heart now because I actually missed it. I'm very upset about it. I missed a beautiful breaker retest. Yeah, and it was so clean. It was so clean. So I'm a little bit upset about it. Even though it was only a paper trade. I haven't even opened up my account, but yeah. But anyway, a lot of the people in the chat, see, that's why it's good. People follow their own plan here, and they manage to take the long. So yeah, I know. I don't know why it's so upsetting to me today. I normally don't. I'm very upset about it, and I can't explain to you guys why. Um, so I couldn't sleep this night, and I was thinking, and I was like, it was like sometimes you have a feeling that something is going to happen, and I don't know if it's. I think it's actually a positive thing, but I don't know if you guys have that as well. Sometimes that you just can't sleep and you just feel something is up in life. And I'm not saying it's negative. It could be a very positive. I'm very eager to take a short, guys, but I just don't trust it too much. See, now I'm insecure because of that one trade that I missed. I hate this. I don't know. So I didn't sleep a lot. I don't want. That's not why. But I think something is about to happen, and I think it's actually a positive thing. But don't you guys sometimes have that feeling in advance? You just know, like you can't sleep, and you just feel like, oh my god. And I think it's a good thing. But it just kept me awake all night, and I think I slept only 3 or 4 hours, maybe something like that. But it was so strong, and I kept going, putting on the TV, and like trying to get my head clear or just empty. But I don't know. And I think it's a positive thing that's about to happen, though. I don't think it's a negative thing. I could be wrong, but sometimes you just feel it very strongly. Have you guys had that? That you just feel like, oh my God, something is about. Uh, no, it's okay. Or maybe I should go on the balcony and just do one big yell. I'm actually busy opening up my account. I haven't even opened up my account yet. I have to be prepared for a trade if it presents itself. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me open my door. Oh, hello. So I've got ocean view here. I've got a beautiful ocean view, a calm ocean. Calms me straight away. And a fucking rooster. I hate roosters, guys. I hate them. Okay. Same. Okay, so we hit 705. We went up. The question is now, are we going to go for Asia high, or are we just going to have a small retracement here, or are we going to reverse here? Now, what did we do? Let's go over the logic again. What do we have here? We have a lot of bullish PDRAs. It's not only the breaker, it's very bullish order blocks which are being respected. It's order block on order block on order block. So it's very naive to consider shorts, I think, at the moment. So yeah, it's looking very, very bullish. So if you miss this trade, you missed the trade. I would not go long here. And this is a scenario that for me, it's just too, we had 4 standard deviations already. If it's going to retrace, we could get a retracement. Just watch. I mean, then again, reassess until next something presents itself, and I feel like okay, that's it. And I guess this is where my impatient gets in because I miss it. Like, oh my God, I feel like I need to see the trade that comes now, and it's not there obviously because this is already still running, and it's 3:33. Let's see. Anyone have does anyone have a runner? Is anyone in a runner? Oh, I don't know why I'm so pissed off with missing that trade. And the funny thing is when Wild Heart said, yeah, the emotion is not the same. Like, man, if you would only know. Yes, like people say, the soul know what will happen first. Yeah. Are you still in it? Good for you. Close minded 3R. Well done. I'm happy that you guys are in it. Oh, yeah, this is a crucial point, guys, because if we're not going any lower, and especially at this level, right? It's an important level. It really is showing strength, but we could have a little bit of a retracement. Yeah, so I don't know if something is up. I do have the feeling, a very strong feeling, and so we'll see. We will see. Um, let's see. Yeah, it looks very bullish to me. I think we are going to go for Asia highs, definitely. 335. I'm gonna wait until 34. Let's see if we get a little bit of a retracement for entry. But you see, it's not leaving many imbalances, right? What are you leaving behind? No fair value gaps. It's just gonna go on and on and on now. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Dolly. This makes me happy. You're gonna make me happy. What's up, my love? So, this is Dolly, and she has her own model, and Dolly has a model that is based around the daily open. Why? Because the daily open has a D and the O, so I named the model Dolly model. The Dolly model. She has a model, and it's called the Dolly model. It's about the daily open. Yes, and it works so well. But you actually made me lose the trade a little bit today because I was thinking it was the Dolly model. Say hello. I'm Dolly, and I'm a princess. Okay, bye bye. Oh my God, guys, no giveaways here. I don't do giveaways. I don't do prop firm codes and stuff like that. I would make much more money with prop firm. Listen, guys, prop firm code is a brings in a lot of money, much more than YouTube. YouTube literally is nothing. I can tell you that. You get paid per 1,000 views, and if you make a few bucks per, if you have 1,000 views, you're happy if you make or $3 with 1,000 views. That's it. So prop firm are but I just don't want to be distracted by prop firm codes. I don't want to get into the red race. You see it happen all the time. So no, I don't do prop firm codes. If I need money, I will tell you guys. Then I say, listen, I'm buying a new house, guys. I need some extra cash. I'm pushing. Please support me. Blah blah blah. I will tell you guys honestly. But yeah, prop firm codes. I mean, you get much more commission from one person buying a using your code than you get on on YouTube. So, but no, I'm not doing it yet. But I'm not interested. So I just don't want to waste time on the giveaways. We don't have any news. I look young. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Wingrider. If she blinks twice, you have to go short. Yeah, not yet. How long have you been trading? 6.5 years, about 3 years ICT. 3.5. Yeah. Okay, guys, let's see if we do need to go short or not. Oh, hello. Pam, 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 pam. How many points was this? 60. 6 years for you, 4 year ICT. Okay, what's your favorite PDRA, Wildheart? Tell me, is probably the breaker, I think, because you got the trade. Probably a breaker is one of them. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to trade it so easily. For me, my favorite PDRAs are the rejection block and the breaker. Those are my favorite. I use order blocks as well, but yeah, I haven't been really using FUGs lately. I do mark them; those I think are significant, but okay. Let's see. Will we go into the 15-minute fair value gap, or are we just going to go higher with the 410 macro? Um, I really like 30,200. I wouldn't be surprised if we get there, but I think tomorrow we have a news driver, and I think that might be the news driver that might bring us down. But it could still also go higher, right? But we are on the daily. We're over four standard deviation now. So let's have a look again. Okay, let me take off all this bullshit. We don't need it for now. Um, oh, we are not at 4 standard deviation. Yeah, okay. Let's say 30, 42. Around, okay, 30,000 for it, depending on how I actually calculated a little bit different, but now I'm just extending it a little bit because obviously we're not going lower yet. Okay. Bullish, 42. Golly, I did not know that I needed you to do this. Yeah, guys, that's 158, and then on to 202, 158, 202. I'm just not sure if I can enter. It doesn't look like we are going to get a large pullback anymore. So I'm just trying to anticipate what's going to happen at 4 o'clock. So we're going to have, let's look at the hourly candle here. Can we position ourselves, or do we just need to wait? Is it just, I mean, in all honesty, I just think this was the best move. And I wonder if there's going to be, oh, the monkeys are back again. Oh. So we have a 1 hour expansion. Now look what happened, by the way. This is something that is, I notice, if I miss a trade, a lot of the times when it's a devil's mark, you see here, there is no wick on the 1 hourly. I didn't even notice that. How did that happen? So we opened up at 3 o'clock. Yeah, so how I normally trade is that I trade power of 3 AMD, but normally I get in, I position I'm always you guys who have been with me for a while now, I guess you see the pattern. When there's no wick, I always struggle to get in for some reason. Now I did miss the breaker obviously, but normally how I get in, if I position myself in London, I in New York I managed to get the 4-hour distribution, but in London for some reason I I can't manage to get the 2 a.m. get in and manage to trade the full distribution of a 4-hour distribution. But I do manage normally a 1 hour. But when there's no wick, so normally I position myself, we open, and then I position myself in the manipulation move to the downside. But there is no manipulation here, and I'm always struggling. When I go in journaling, I'm always struggling for some reason when there's no wick. But now that's not an excuse to, because this was already here, the manipulation, right? Because we already had a breaker. But yeah, look, we have a nice, so mark that one for later on. Did we reject here? Is this a rejection block? Let me just see. Did we go into the open? I think it's a reject. If it's a rejection block, it might be a short. See, I'm slow today, guys. I'm really slow. That tells me maybe it is. Maybe I didn't sleep enough. Maybe I should do a nap. And I'll keep you guys updated if I've got news of something. I hope it's good though. A 138 open, 138 high, 138.25. Yeah, okay, so we rejected here. We have a rejection block, guys. Um, so on the 1 hour, that's important. See, I'm normally I'm faster to see these things, and I'm just not on the ball. We just tagged into it with one tick, so that's enough. So I do think we might get a little bit of a retracement. But if I'm looking here, I don't think we need to go lower than here. This looks pretty, I mean, this is sort of like a barrier, I would say, in almost a balanced price range. Let's see. Have a good day, Green Globe. Thank you for hanging out. And normally I don't trade London, so I have to backtest more. Yeah, so lately my best trades are in pre-market or in New York. I used to trade London, but for some reason I'm just since we had like a little bit of a different. That's why I sort of like I'm a little bit. That's why I'm annoyed that with this setup, I did not be able. I wasn't able to take it. But anyway, enough about that. I need to let go of it. Maybe back to 30,000. I don't hope so. I mean, it's sort of like we really, we sort of like created a nice high, and I would say that this. Let's just watch. Let's keep an eye on NQ and ES. It looks pretty bullish to me. We've got equal highs here. It's already it's above. Um, it wicked all the way to 79%. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just go over it, but we just maybe just the macro's starting, by the way. Um, 3174. I would love to see it a little bit go a little bit lower, but it's just not doing it, right? You are not balanced here. Did we touch it? 3:53. What time did we get in? 3:50. Okay, I'm getting in. Paper trade. Oh, stop loss. Yeah, I don't want this low to be broken. That's it. And then I am taking it up to let me see. $160. It's the high. Where are you? Where are you? $175. The only thing I'm wondering is, does it want to take that high or create a new range first? So the only thing that I'm wondering about is, are we being tricked? So I'm in a paper trade only because I want to see if this range, we might go a little bit lower first and then go take that high. So I'm just not sure if the time is right for this macro that we're in is going to be the macro that is going to make the run. But we might make another low, or might just, I don't know, it doesn't need to do a lot. It just can take out this low again. But I just wonder if it wants to go lower than this. But let's see. It looks pretty bullish to me. But it could still go, there's no imbalances whatsoever. Am I missing something here? See, it looks to me like it's creating liquidity here. You see what it's doing? High, lower high, and just, but let's see. That's why I'm just paper trading. I'm gonna take this out here. We rejected. It doesn't need a lot for rejection. It can only be a small retracement and go further up. So we're taking this high now. We're in the macro. Let's see. Let's see. I actually have 174 as a level, but I'm putting it a little bit lower. I want to see if we might even also just tap into the high and just not take it out straight away. Let's see. I want to see how big of a trade is this. Long. It's 2R, right? 2 point. It's 2R trade. Okay, that's okay. There we go. $14 points risk. Okay, that's enough. That's good enough. No, it's more. It's a little bit more. 15 point. That's okay. Okay, let's see. Um, okay, just mind you that on the, we have to be careful because ES is hitting the all-time highs already. So, and we are in a wick here. So I'm actually mindful that it might not work in the sense of that we might reject here in the rejection block and ES is taking out the high. So let's see if you see this wick here. Let me, and ES is taking all-time highs. So you want to be aware that this might be creating SMT and it might not, MNQ might not take the high. CES is at all is tapping into it now and we are in the wick, right? You see the difference? This is where you get SMT sometimes that when, let's say at 4 o'clock, because 4 o'clock is a nice time. Let's say ES takes out these highs here and we don't. This is your SMT, so it could turn here. So you have to be aware of that around, especially around this time, if that happens, right? So it's 4 o'clock now. So technically we have SMT, but the question is it going to hold or not? It could fill, but it could also just hold. See? Let's see. So you know there's going to be a small, you know there's going to be a move down, but the question is going to take me out, and is there SMT that, and then I might just reverse to a short. If it really fills my trade, then I might reverse to a short, because then you know, okay, the SMT is holding, we're breaking all the levels. But if it just is a retracement quickly at 4 to make that manipulation wick, you know, okay, it's just a manipulation wick at the 4 o'clock, we are going to continue higher, right? But you have to be aware of the formation of probable SMT, especially around 4 o'clock. So if it will break my trade, then it's like, okay, I would so this is not a breaker. Why is it not a breaker? A breaker, your low needs to go into a high time frame PD array. Now it did take a low, but okay, let's see. Look at this blue, beautiful order block. Let's see if it holds. So wild heart, it's not really that difficult. It's just like if ES, for example, takes out a high and Q does not. So you have like, let me show you on the hourly. Let's just wait until the trade is over and then I'll show you. It's just like the divergence of like one high is taken and the other one doesn't not. And because they're correlated, they turn. and one has met the objective, but because they're correlated, like say the reversal is there, and Q does not take out a high, but on an ES we have. So the reversal is actually initiated by ES, and because they're correlated, they follow each other. And I just look at 15-minute, but you can have some people look at 10-minute low and lower time frames. But for me, the 15-minute is good enough. But sometimes I miss some SMT. But if I look too low, I'm like, oh my God, there's so much SMT to take into account. And some people don't even look at it at all. Now you see here, we hit 50% of the wick. So I'm just, let's see if we can go higher. It looks bullish, right, guys? It looks bullish. But then again, it's a tricky area. So let me take out the here. You see the SMT wild heart. If I draw a line here on NQ, let's say we're done here. For example, this you see here. Forget about the movement. Let's say the movement is not going, and then if you draw it on ES, you see it's exactly the opposite, right? You see the difference? One line goes this way and the other goes that way. Now the question is, if it's going to fill the SMT, we will go higher and they both will most likely take out these highs, right? So I'm expecting, otherwise I'm not in a long, I'm expecting this SMT to fill. But you always have to be aware, like, okay, there is SMT. What is happening? Is ES, for example, still pushing? Then you know, okay, the SMT, if even though ES took out this high, but it's still pushing, there's a high probability that also NQ will keep on pushing. So that will both will, there will be no SMT at some point anymore at the high, because they're going to both take out those highs, right? Because ES is still pushing. I'm sort of like, okay, well, let's see. But NQ needs to catch up with ES. So NQ is the slow one at the moment. But yeah, this would be if you have partials, this would be a nice area to take partials, because you never know if it's going to fail, right? And then just, but I think we're over 50% of the wick, so let me bring my stop loss a little bit higher. It could still fill. When I would be in a trade, I would get out here. If I see this happen, if we don't continue, I would get out here, and I would re-enter after maybe 4:10 or something, 10 past 4. If I would be in a trade where there's money involved, I would just when it's 8 past, 9 past, and we're not moving, I would stay out. I would get out and take my money and run. Yeah, so that might be one of those situations, right? That you have SMT maybe, and then here you're in a wick. You just want to know the midpoint here. Look at the market going. Oh, it's so beautiful. So I believe that we're getting in the US, they're going to pump a lot of money in the economy. This QE is coming. So I guess that's very bullish as well. Also for crypto, for those who are in crypto, I think it's going to be interesting as well. We might finally get some interesting movements on our portfolios for those who are in crypto. Okay, that looks pretty good now. I think we are safe. Oh, look at that move. I think 175. Let's see. Are you gonna, okay, you're gonna retrace here and then maybe later on. 205, 2. Maybe this should be the exit here for now. Yeah, good enough. I'm getting out. Okay. See, now we don't have any we don't have any SMT now. See, it's now so yeah, I took my TP, but if we do go higher again, then it's going to be interesting again. It's 10 pound, macro's done, but but it could just start expanding higher. Let's see. Yeah, we have to be okay with less, right? If we see a trade, we take it and we don't over. And if it runs, it's okay, guys. We are okay with it. If it runs, it could slam down on us, but at least we got our trade. I'm also trying to, get more like it just not overstaying my welcome too long. If we do go over this level, I can see it go up to 30,200. Yeah, we can re-enter if it goes in because it's still. I think it's safe. I think it's safe to say if it does expand, it's going to go to 200. So let's see if we can frame a trade. Look at this, guys. Oh, imagine being in this breaker and then here and then leaving a runner. But remember also we have 6 standard deviations from here, right? So that's why I'm also a little bit careful here. How many deviations are we up from here? See, we're exactly 6 standard deviations. So that's why I'm saying you can put it on the hourly, but on the lower time frame, I think we should make another range before I would enter for a next range because I think 6 it could overextend, but I would rather not be in it to be honest. Now I think it can go to 200, but this would be manipulate. This would be manual override. I think if it just runs to the upside now. So when you're doing it on the 1 hourly, you're looking at from here, right? Yeah, I like 200. I like 200. I like 200. But I think we should get either maybe some consolidation or something here. It's just gonna go. It's so strong. Look at you going, NQ. Look at you being such a strong, strong, strong one. Look at it going. I want it to be in 175. Nice. Guys, let's count the monthly candle. I think the monthly candle over exceeded the previous. So the last month was around 4,000 points. I think we're over it now. This month, I think we are bigger. It's a bigger can. Let's check. So last month was the biggest candle ever that we made on NQ. And we are now at, oh, we're only at 2,500 this month. Really? Okay. That's interesting. I thought we might be over it already, but we're not. So last month was 4,000, around 4,000. It's a big, I mean, I couldn't find a bigger candle on NQ. We're at 26, let's say 27. And last month was 4,000. Why does this candle look smaller? Almost 4,000, you see here? 3,955. We still have a couple of days to go, but I think, I'm just, hey, see you, Wild Heart. Have a good sleep. Yeah, I can see 200 being tagged. Just beautiful. Oh, it's just beautiful. AMD. Yeah, I think it will hit 200, 202, or 200, 202 at least, I think. It's gonna go. It's gonna go there. Um, Today's Wednesday. Um, it's getting very exciting now, guys, because I'm just, are we gonna get our short? But I mean the low resistance one that we're gonna just really. You know who I have not seen for a while is Mether. Is Mether on holiday? Did he say something? Did I miss? I think maybe he. I know there was a holiday, but I haven't seen him for a couple of days. I know Monday he was on. He said he wouldn't be here Monday, but I haven't seen him yesterday and not today. Are you here, Mether? I don't think so, right? I haven't seen him for 2 days. Should we get a search party out there to save Mether? Okay, let's see, guys. Let's see. Um, oh, my bad. ES didn't take all-time high. Sorry, that was just Asia high. Sorry, guys, my bad. Um, I was under the impression that ES took out the highs, but it did not. So that's my bad. You see, I'm not awake. Um, yeah, not even in Discord. Yeah, it's. I noticed yesterday, but then again, I thought I would be here today, but I still haven't seen him today either. Also, let's see, 202, 200. Yeah, so ES did not take out the highs. Apologies. I said it did, but it was just Asia. Oh, I want to be ready for that short. I don't want to miss that short. I am here every morning. You are aging like a fine wine. Oh, thank you, Falcony. Yeah, so I mean, I also don't say if I'm in a chat or somewhere. I also don't talk a lot. But yeah, I know you guys. A lot of people are here every day, and I appreciate it. Um, I appreciate it. But with the thing with, I'm always double checking with Methor, and I don't know if there's more people, but for some reason, if I put it on top chat, oh my God, look, it's still going, or live chat, I can only read his messages on live chat and not in top chat. So if I refresh or something, I always have to double check if I'm on live. But I'm on live chat and I haven't seen any messages of his. So let's hope everything is okay. Let's hope everything is okay. Oh, look at this going, guys. Yeah. Okay, so when So ES is not at all-time highs and Q is. Now, I don't feel any FOMO to that I'm missing. Like these other candles that I like to see, the speed is there, everything is there. But for me, it's like, okay, we're almost at like, we are now at that 4 standard deviation. And I would rather let it just go because if a market is almost at its objective, it gets fast, it gets, you can see it, but you can start seeing what I'm waiting for now. What I find really, I get excited. Or maybe this is why I was excited last night. I don't know. I get excited, like maybe if we have like if we start turning a little bit. Now I don't want a market to become bearish, but I do like a nice correction. So, you get more like for me, it's now nice to watch to see it go up. And I don't have any FOMO of missing this move because we're just creating data to the left for when we go lower again, right? Or for me, it's okay to just let it go up now and not even anticipate and let us do its thing. And then just reassess at some point if it reaches objective, because we cannot pick the tops exactly, right? You can have some levels, you can have extension on your fibs or whatever, but you either have a runner on this or you get out like we did and we just watch, and that's fine with me. I don't feel any FOMO. I hope you guys also don't feel FOMO. But I don't know, Mr. Chaos. It might not be ugly. Maybe the PM's AM session a little bit, but then I don't know. The market is so bullish. I think the market really, I mean, it might reverse on us. I mean, I think I might be excited because of the market. I'm starting to think that because I feel very excited by seeing this. I'm like, okay, we're finally getting to those levels. Are the objective? When is the market to the upside? When is it met? And when it's met, I think there's going to be some interesting things happening, and that means we finally get our low resistance short. We haven't had a low resistance short. I can't even remember. Like really like low resistance, low resistance. Yeah. I think it's beautiful. No one has anyone has a runner in a long. Exactly. It's been hard, right? So let's see if we can get okay here. Oh my God! Does it want to go higher? It looks like it. Okay, let's just wait and see. Are we gonna go to 260 now? If we're going to overexpand, and we might even go to 260. No, crazy. Hey Jay, how are you doing? Well, it's day here, morning actually, so the morning is going well. I missed the breaker to retest trade, but had another paper trade that went well, just a small trade, letting the market just do its thing. Yeah, how did you do? Did you do any Asia trades? Did you manage to catch the long? I'm getting really excited for a short, but then again, we might not get a short for a long time. I don't know. Market is so crazy. Maybe it's not going to be giving a short. Maybe we just have to play long all the time. Maybe we just have to stay long for the rest of our lives. I don't know. Okay, I want to show you guys the IPDA levels. Let's go back to the daily. I don't want to get rid of my point of interest because it was so historical yesterday that we went to the 30,000, and it really helped me frame my trade yesterday to the upside. So I'm sort of like, I don't want to let go of the level. Oh yeah, daily. I want to go to IPDA on the daily. So I marked this daily fair value gap already, I believe on Monday. So if you have a 20-day look back, premium discount of just the IPTA 20 range is this block here, right? And the midpoint is exactly to go below 50% of the IPTA range, it only needs to go here. Now I say only, so why am I already looking at this? I'm looking at it because if we get a pullback, you want to look at your 20, 40, 60-day look back. Now, the first thing you want to look at is just the 20, because the 20 is the first thing. So for the market on the higher time frame to have a pullback, this is enough for the market to do up to here, because then it goes from premium to discount. Now it could go for more, but you just want to make sure that you have your at least your 20-day IPTA look back in tune. Now it's not changing a lot because obviously we went lower for a couple of days and then we went higher. So it's still, this level is still for me, my IPTA 20, my higher time frame, this fair value gap, that daily is still on. So I check that every day. Okay, what is my first premium that's really close to that level that it just needs to tag, it just needs a little bit of a kiss and then it could go back up again. So I have this already marked here. The daily. Hey Talib, just in case. I mean, it doesn't look like it's bearish yet, but we never know. More tomorrow, maybe today, you never know. But how many points is that one? Now, because we're so bullish, I'm still wondering, like, are we really getting a very, very large pullback? Or maybe just only this and then boom, back up, right? Because it's so, but then it still has to disrespect like a bullish PD array like this. So that's why we need a news driver, and we have it tomorrow. So I'm just wondering, to break through this, we still need a new, I wonder if we're going to make this today. It's still 1,500, 1,600 points, right? So maybe 2 days. It could be that it could do it in 2 days, but then I'm already looking like, oh, what if this is a breaker on the daily? Then we might go lower. But I'm not thinking. I'm just thinking my first level, which has my interest, is here. If it goes lower, I'll have more levels when we start going. I still have 1,600 points to the downside to fine tune those levels, but I have this already in tune because I need to know once we start going. I want to be, and I just want to be aware of the first level if it really have a massive, massive, massive correction, which can only be done by a news driver, I believe, because we do have bullish PD rates here. No, you want to go long as you go long, but you want to be prepared for when there is a change, because we are hitting 4 standard deviations on the highest time frame. So you want to be prepared for if there's going to be a correction. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to go long or short now when the market is really just pumping higher and higher. But when you have confirmation on the 15 and the 1 hour and the 4 hour that you have a market structure shift and change in state of delivery, you want to be prepared. You always want to be prepared for, I mean, I am, but and also why I am like we have TGIF on the monthly, you have it on the daily, on the weekly, you also have it on the monthly, right? It's just a OHLC on the candle, 20 retracement. So you just want to be prepared. End of the month is coming. At some point, it might want to create a wick on even also on the monthly. So that's why you want to just look at levels and prepare yourself. So you're not taken by surprise. What time is it? 4:33. Okay, let's see if the market wants to calm down a little bit. The MNQ is so beautiful. I mean, I just love it. 114. So we created some imbalances also on the 15 minutes, so some fair value gaps we could retrace into. Um, yeah, I think it's the market did a lot already. Um, we've been going up for 1.5 hours. I'm not interested in trading anymore. I would rather let it calm down a little bit, either accumulate or retrace a little bit and watch pre-market again, and maybe even New York, and maybe even PM session. Um, but I'm very excited about the market. Um, I think it reached the four standard deviation. Let me jump. I think this is the four standard deviation that we were talking about on the higher time frame. So for those who have used, like we say, for those who use standard deviations, you're aware when you trade a market maker model, most standard is the manipulation move is 2.5. The market maker models tends to, in most situations, tops out at 4 standard deviation, but we can extend to 6. But we didn't have a proper retracement at 2.5 as well. So that's why I'm sort of like, what are you doing? It's so interesting. And let me show you again what I'm looking at. Did I take it off? Okay, let me put it on again. So we've been literally going up from end of March, right? We had like sort of like a little bit of a red day, but look at 2.5 standard deviations here. We did not have a pullback at all. We just went up. We made a fair value gap here and we just went higher. This is that first fair value gap that would be premium discount from IPTA 20 look back, okay? So that's why I have this one marked here, just because this one, if you just want to touch discount, it doesn't need to go any lower. But we're not there yet, guys. We're not there yet. Now, 4 standard deviations, we just tagged into 4 standard deviations. Now, I always calculate it in this way, but I'm going to do it a little bit different now because I think we might have to extend it a little bit. Just to make. But that's a lot. 30,800. I never calculate it this way. I always do it like this. But I'll just make sure to do it now. Because it doesn't want to seem to stop yet. I don't know. $32.42. Yeah. So um So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to just leave it here, guys, because there's not much I want to do because we're extended already so much. I don't feel like I want to look for a trade at the moment. I would rather let it calm down and let the market either retrace or just show. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to accumulate a little bit in this area. And then just see what happens in pre-market. So for those with pre-market prep, um, yeah, I'm really not interested in doing now anything after such an extension anyway. But yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, I think it might be an interesting day. Remaining of the week, we got news tomorrow, but I think today is going to be interesting as well because I think so. I think so. Um, what do you guys think? It's my chat. I lost my chat. I lost the chat. How is that possible? I lost you guys. Where are you at? Yes, I'm going to go to the beach. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think there's a lot. I mean, the market is so bullish. I wouldn't be worried about not having any trade setups in New York. There'll be enough, I think. Um, but yeah, let's see what happens. Asian high, London low, 1.5 extension. Next one is 2.269. Yeah, I can see it definitely go higher as well. Um, but yeah, beautiful, just beautiful. Any questions, guys? Okay, for those in pre-market prep, if you joined yesterday, please make sure that you contact me on Discord as well, so I can contact you. I can add you. Hey, we're rocking it in pre-market prep. In and out in 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and we're done. 100 points. The purpose of it is just to either have a trade just before market open or at the market open, and we're done. And we're rocking it. But yeah, please just make sure that because I post the updates before the pre-market prep in the Discord and after if we're not live. So I still have a couple of you guys missing. So, and I know you're in. I know you watch. So don't you want the updates? Yeah, just make sure you reach out to me. Let me make sure the Discord is properly. I want to check everything is correctly. Yeah, I don't want to say your names, but um, I will not do that. But you know, if you're here, just reach out to me. The problem is I can't send any DMs to you guys because of the scammers. There's just so it's sort of like hard for me to. I'm just trying not to. So it's like okay, I never will send a DM to you or never get in touch with you before you get in touch with me because scammers are really very active now. And so I'm just like, yeah, just reach out to me because if I send you a DM, you might think I'm a scammer. But I'm not. It's a real me. But yeah, so it's sort of like standard. It's horrible that we have to say that. Like, okay, I never send you a message because of only scammers do that. So at least it makes it clear to you. Oh, it must be a scammer. So that's why I don't want to like make it, you know, But yeah, they're so aggressive, these scammers. Crazy. And they're very smart. I think they listen. I think they're in the chat and they listen to what we're saying, so they know what to talk about. So they make it sound very personal. So if you're here, scammer, get the fuck out of here. I hate you. You're not gonna scam this community. So I know they're in here because I think that's how they get their information and they know what to say. Yeah, right? So but yeah, I think they're very they don't get much. I don't think they tried. I think they're not. Are they still trying, guys? Can you let me know? Some people still send messages, but um, is it on a regular basis? I think it got less, right? I think they moved away. Um, okay, what the poll said? ATIs in London, not yes, 77%. We did. We did all-time high. Although on ES we did not, but we were talking about NQ anyway. So yeah. Yeah, so guys, yeah, I'm not gonna send any messages because I just want to make it clear. Any message that you get from me is a scammer. So unless we are in touch already. If we're friends, it's no problem. And if you're in doubt, always ask me. Just make sure that you check in with me. If you think, oh, I'm not really sure, just make sure. But you can always see it, they just either change one letter of the name, or they add like a symbol or something. So just make sure. But it's sometimes really hard to see if you're just, I fell for it a couple of times, and not while I was talking, but I was like, okay, hello, and then I was like, oh shit, that's a scammer, but I already friended him, and then I unfriended. But it happens. Yeah. Those nasty motherfuckers. They are nasty. Okay, no questions. Okay, guys. Thank you again so much. And yeah, it was a nice. I'm happy to see that NQ is moving so beautifully. And we're in good time. I think good times are coming, or good times are here already. Price action is smoothing out. I think it's good. I mean, I'm really happy what I'm seeing. And New York, I love trading New York right now. For me, it's just really a big change if I compare it to a month ago. 2 weeks ago. The change started for me about 2 weeks ago. So, but yeah, I hope the same goes for you guys. And but yeah, we still need to stay vigilant and have proper risk management, obviously. So, okay. Thank you, Mr. Chaos, and I'll see you in the Discord later on. And for those in pre-market prep, I'll see you in pre-market prep. And the London, obviously tomorrow, and again, I'll say it every day. There might be a PM session stream. It depends on this price action. If New York AM session is shit, I might do a PM session stream. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go touch some sand. It's a beautiful day. I need to clear my head a little bit, or maybe take a nap. Yeah, I think I might need a little nap though, because I didn't sleep much. Remember, I said I'm very excited about something. I don't know what. Maybe it's a bad thing. I don't know, but I'm thinking it's a good thing. But something is up. I can feel it. I can feel it, and I'm just hoping I find out very soon, so I get rid of that feeling, and I'll keep you posted. Yeah, you guys have a nice day too, and I'll talk to you soon. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Ciao, ciao.